Thank you, Madison. We appreciate it. I hope they keep those things out of the area here. Let's talk about our weather conditions now. Bring in Chief Meteorologist Lee Solomon for us on a Tuesday. And Lee, a little bit of smoke out there. It's not too bad, but clear skies. When I woke up on the coast this morning, that marine layer was in, but it really pieced out quick.
Yeah, it left the building pretty quickly, quicker than I even thought, which, no one's going to get, we're not going to get complaints from that.
I don't think so.
Anytime we get
sunshine? This is the time of year.
Yeah, right? This is the time of year it happens. What's really very interesting, though, about the weather setup is it's not just the marine layer across California, right? It's the monsoonal moisture that is really making its presence felt. For now, though, we'll stick to the coast where it is quite lovely out there. KON, Monterey Cam, Domenico's on the wharf, giving us a view. You can see the sun reflecting off the boats there. It is one of those gorgeous evenings. How about 70 degrees at the current hour? If you want to get the dinner going outside, this is one of those nights to do it. Visible satellite imagery, again, referencing what Scott was talking about. The marine layer was certainly in place this morning, burned off really rapidly, though. And as we move off to the east, you can see all of those clouds coming up out of the south. That is that monsoonal push. And boy, there have been a lot of big showers and thunderstorms going, a lot of lightning strikes. Luckily, though, most all of these strikes have been happening with heavy rainfall. Of course, now that is a problem in and of itself. Right now, we got the boxes flashing. All of those boxes flash flood warnings. And in some areas, that's real dangerous. We saw, obviously, some of those flooding events earlier this year in other parts of the country. We have had reports from the CHP that off in Reno and the surrounding areas where these boxes are, they have had flooding even on Interstate 80 with some debris. So it does get a little wild out there when you get an inch or two of rain in a very short period of time. And then look just north of Redding, north and west up in the Trinity Alps, we're getting some pretty big showers and thunderstorms there too. I bet Mount Shasta is not a good place to be here tonight. 100 in Fresno, 101 in Bakersfield, still really hot, 90 in Sacramento. So we also forget that it is really still very hot inland across the state. Mid 60s in Lake Tahoe, 68 in Reno. It's cooler where it's raining, right? 7 degrees cooler this hour compared to 24 hours ago in Reno. 14 degrees cooler in Redding. Cloud cover and that rainfall dragging down some of the cooler air in the upper atmosphere. Water vapor imagery. We looked at this last night. Looks very similar tonight. A lot of that monsoonal moisture rising up over the Sierra. Again, giving it the lift and giving it that ignition source to produce those showers and thunderstorms. That will also move off to the east. Tomorrow, a little bit of that. Very, very little compared to the last couple of days. And then we're tracking this area of low pressure that's going to hang off the coast for a few days. If it got a little closer, we get some cooling. It looks like the ridge of high pressure that's out over the deserts, though, will be the winner. And this will start to edge back towards us, not the monsoonal moisture, but the heat. So it looks like some spots, especially Southern California, will be pretty darn hot by the time we get to Friday and Saturday, probably pushing 100 to 115. For us, we're not going to get that hot, but 100 degrees could be possible. Clear early tonight. Low clouds are reforming eventually. We'll see the marine layer make another push down the valleys late tonight. We start off with some overcast at the coast tomorrow. We'll go for mostly sunny with mild temps, mid-60s to mid-70s. The mountains and valleys also looking pretty tomorrow. Plenty of sunshine, mild to warm temps, afternoon breeze, and how about mid-70s to upper 80s, a few spots getting into the low 90s. Bay Area, hey, looking pretty good. San Francisco, 68. San Jose will top off, though, at about 84. Los Gatos at about 87. Looking at Santa Cruz up to Boulder Creek, somewhere between the mid-70s and mid-80s should cover it. Davenport, about 66, of course. Closer down to the ocean's edge, you got mid-60s. And then as we in Salinas, about 70 here at the station, 81 in Hollister, 87 Morgan Hill. So the warmth in the Santa Clara Valley, mid-60s around Marina. The peninsula also looking pretty good here, anywhere from the mid-60s to almost 70 in Carmel and Seaside tomorrow afternoon with some sunshine late in the day. Your forecast for the Salinas Valley, 70s and 80s with some low to mid-90s out towards Parkfield and Bradley. So do enjoy that. Your 7-day forecast for the Monterey Peninsula, Marina, Seaside, PG, and Carmel, all in the mid-60s. Afternoon clearing, so we do have some sunshine for you right through that 3-day holiday weekend. Northern half of the bay, Santa Cruz, Watsonville, Salinas, a little warmer as they generally are, mid-70s to upper 70s. Could see a few spots closing in on 80 on Saturday, and then a little cool down towards Labor Day. The inland valleys and hills looking really, really nice. Lots of upper 80s to low 90s. Nothing too hot. We'll watch that little bump in temps on Saturday, and then a slight cool down again into the second half of the weekend.